What if I told you that some of the world's most terrifying serial killers weren't shadowy figures lurking in dark alleys, but ordinary people living double lives? A loving father, a trusted doctor, a charming law student. Men who seemed normal, even successful. But behind closed doors, they were monsters. These killers walked among us completely undetected, leading lives so convincing that even their closest friends and family had no idea, until the truth came out. Today, we're uncovering the shocking stories of 5 serial killers who lived secret lives, fooling everyone around them while committing unspeakable crimes. By the end of this video, you might start questioning just how well you really know the people in your life. Let's begin. First, we have Dennis Rader, better known as the BTK Killer. He was a family man, a church president, and even worked as a compliance officer enforcing local laws. But behind closed doors, he was a sadistic murderer. His name, BTK, stood for Bind, Torture, Kill. Between 1974 and 1991, he took 10 lives, targeting families and keeping trophies from his crimes. For years, he appeared as a normal, upstanding citizen. No one suspected a thing, but his arrogance was his downfall. In 2004, after sending letters to the media, police traced a floppy disk back to him, leading to his arrest. Investigators were horrified to find detailed records of his crimes hidden in his home. Even after decades of deception, he never showed remorse. His story is a chilling reminder that the most dangerous people often hide in plain sight. Next, we have Dr. Harold Shipman, a respected British physician who secretly became one of the most prolific serial killers in history. Unlike most murderers, Shipman didn't use knives or guns. He used trust. As a doctor, he had access to deadly drugs and decided who lived and who died. Over a span of 23 years, he is believed to have murdered at least 250 of his own patients, most of them elderly women, and no one suspected him. He was considered kind, professional, and dedicated to his work. His downfall came when he got greedy. He forged a patient's will trying to claim her inheritance. That small act of fraud led to an investigation that uncovered the horrifying truth. He was sentenced to life in prison, but took his own life before serving much time. His case is a terrifying example of how blind trust can be fatal. Then there's Ted Bundy, perhaps the most infamous of them all. Ted wasn't just a serial killer, he was a master manipulator. He was handsome, educated, and charming, living what seemed like an ordinary life. He had a girlfriend, attended law school, and even worked in politics. But behind his friendly face was a monster. Bundy used his charm to lure victims, often pretending to need help. The moment a kind-hearted woman approached, he struck. His killing spree spanned several states, and he managed to escape police custody twice, continuing his murders while on the run. Eventually, he was caught and sentenced to death. Even in prison, he tried to manipulate the system, delaying his execution by confessing to more murders. But in 1989, he met his fate in the electric chair. Bundy's case is terrifying because it proves that serial killers don't always look like villains. They can be the people we least expect. If you think that's disturbing, imagine a man who entertained children as a clown while secretly being one of the most sadistic killers in history. John Wayne Gacy was a successful businessman and community leader in Chicago. He even dressed as Pogo the Clown for children's parties. But beneath his painted smile was a killer who preyed on young men and boys. Between 1972 and 1978, he brutally murdered at least 33 victims, burying most of their bodies under his own house. When police searched his property, they found so many remains that they lost count. Despite his horrific crimes, Gacy showed no remorse. He spent years on death row painting pictures of clowns before finally being executed in 1994. His case is proof that evil can wear a mask of kindness. Finally, we have one of the most terrifying cases yet, Mikhail Popkov, a former Russian police officer who was supposed to protect people, but instead he hunted them. For over 20 years, he used his police badge to lure women into his car, promising them safety. But once inside, they never made it home. Popkov's murder count is estimated to be at least 78, though some believe the real number is closer to 200. His uniform gave him the ultimate disguise. No one ever suspected a police officer could be a serial killer. He was finally caught in 2012 when DNA evidence linked him to his crimes. Even after being arrested, he showed no emotion, casually admitting to his brutal killings. His story is a haunting reminder that the very people we trust for protection can sometimes be the ones we should fear the most. 5 serial killers, 5 ordinary lives that masked unthinkable horrors. These cases prove that evil doesn't always come with a warning sign. It can live next door, shake your hand, or even save your life, until the moment it decides to take it. Which of these cases shocked you the most? Do you think there are still killers out there, living normal lives, waiting to be caught? Let's discuss in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into true crime, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more terrifying stories. Stay safe, and always trust your instincts.